Hello everyone, welcome to Women in Silicon Valley. Today we're in the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center in downtown San Francisco. So today I'm so happy to have Arum Kang, who is not only an amazing woman but also a successful entrepreneur.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Welcome to our show. It is hardly to see three sisters founded a startup together in Silicon Valley. How is your relationships with your sister? What is the personalities of each other?
I think I've been incredibly lucky to have two of my sisters who have very complementary skills to be able to do this together. So just to give you a little bit more background and for our audience, I come from a very entrepreneurial family. So both of our parents are entrepreneurs. They've been entrepreneurs for over 20 years. My dad especially used to say a lot, the best way to leave legacy in this world is to be entrepreneurs and build and create something that would have not existed if we weren't for you guys. I've always known that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think it was very similar for my sisters because we have very complementary skills. It was almost very natural for us to come together and say, hey, let's do this together. We see an opportunity here. We share a similar passion, so let's actually really do this.
So how has the experience shaped your personalities growing up in Asia, moved to America, especially growing up in Hawaii though?
I think one of the most important way that this shaped my personality is that we sort of I personally at least came to realization that there's nothing I can't not do if I only just set my mind to it and put effort into it. I can achieve anything. And so I think I learned that lesson early on when I moved and had to adjust myself in Hawaii.
You know the difference between New York and San Francisco? There are some illustrators.
You mean the dating scene? Yeah, definitely. I think the common thing I hear is of course a gender imbalance. Contrary to popular belief though, San Francisco, when you look at the gender breakdown, everybody thinks there's so many more guys than women. It's actually quite equally split. Average ratio is about 65 to 35 ratio men to women. Ours is about 52 to 48 women to men. So we have slightly more women, which is very rare for a dating platform.
Why were the apps you tried at that time were more designed for men?
To be honest, I really think it's because they were founded and designed by men. And same for me too, because I'm a woman, we tend to think from our perspective. And luckily for us, I think that gives us a huge advantage. Why? Because in most other platforms, it's because there are just so many more engaged men versus women. So if you want to enhance the experience, so our theory was if you really want to be successful in this industry and be able to provide the best product experience, you really need to be able to engage women, really need to be able to retain them. And so what do they care about? Quality of the matches, the quality of the people, the community is number one, absolutely the most important thing. Now, of course, men are, male customers care about that too, but for them, actually, they don't mind, spending a lot more time going through and sifting through profiles, etc. Whereas for women, they actually prefer to see higher quality, fewer options because they don't like to waste time.
Why did you name it Coffee Meets Bagel?
We actually did a few, customer research and brand study around. And for women, we consistently found that women or ladies prefer, they can really feel familiar with, feel comfortable with, they feel that they can be themselves. Whereas for men, we consistently found that they really wanted sort of this exclusive feel, the verbatim that I still remember is I want to be at a platform where I feel like I can meet models and things like that, very different. And so because we are all about optimizing the experience of women, so we actually wanted to pick something that people feel comfortable with. And because our app experience is all about interacting with the service on a day-to-day basis, every day at noontime, right? So what is something that people interact on a daily basis that they feel comfortable with? We thought about coffee, sort of coffee break is something that they look forward to. And bagel is a good complement to coffee, and we started in New York City, so that's how we came up with the name.
Do you still remember the first beta launch?
Yeah, I still remember. We launched as web-only service. When I actually started, we actually hired somebody in Indonesia to actually build this for us. So not very high quality, to be honest, but all the core services that I wanted to test was there. So being able to match somebody at noon, I literally matched people manually at that time. I was using like a spreadsheet to like match them, but very quickly we automated that because, you know, as soon as you get to even like 1,000 users, that's very hard to do.
When the famous investor offered you $30 million and you said no, why did you decide to go on to the show? How did the show help you along the way?
Yeah, I mean, really the opportunity came just coincidentally. I actually initially told the producer like, no, I don't think we were interested. That weekend, I was telling this to my friend. She said, are you stupid? This is such a great opportunity, and as a CEO, I can't believe you turned this down. Go back, tell the producer that you're gonna be on the show. And then I thought about it and I realized, oh my gosh, she's right. I think honestly, part of me was a little bit scared. And part of me was a little bit scared, oh my God, I'm gonna look stupid or whatever, so I don't wanna do it. This was a big lesson for me. Never cut yourself short because you're afraid. It was one of the best decisions I've made. You know, Shark Tank has 8 million viewership. They air internationally. We got a ton of great press from it. As we think about, you know, global expansion, you know, it's a topic that even globally outside of the market, people are interested in talking about. And so it really, I think, put us in the right trajectory. I have a Chinese name. The name is Ailan. Like superpower skill. One thing I always wish I could do is read other people's mind. Okay, I still occasionally watch Sex and the City and I still love it. One of the companies I really admire is Airbnb, so I'd love to have dinner with Brian Chesky, one of the co-founders there. I would say our first board member, Paul, one advice he gave me, one time we were discussing, and this was very early stage, and I was telling him, okay, I don't know why our growth is so slow, I wish we could grow virally, and the one advice he gave me at that time was, okay, you know, wishing that you could grow virally is like wishing that you would be hit by lightning one day. That just doesn't happen. Behind the Cloud by Mark Benioff, founder of Salesforce. Founding Coffee Meets Bagel. Just do it. Oh, always people issue decisions. I'll leave it at that. Oh, always. Even this today is getting out of my comfort zone.